Live from Union Square in San Francisco, the Southwest Airlines Chinese New Year Parade with your hosts, Ben Fong Torres and Julie Hayner.
It's goodbye to the fire rooster and hello to the earth dog, the most traditional and conservative of the 12 Chinese zodiac signs. And while last year many people scrambled to keep up with new opportunities, now is the time to slow down, settle in, and start reaping the rewards. Good evening, everyone. I'm Julie Hayner.
And so you are. And I'm Ben Fong Torres. Thank you for joining us tonight to celebrate the Year of the Dog. The Chinese year 4716 is a time when many will be seeking more than just opportunities, but also justice and equality. And they won't go it alone. Think of the dog pack mentality. There's comfort in numbers.
In the Chinese zodiac, one of the 5 elements energizes each of the 12 animals. And this year, it's Earth. The combination of the dog with the characteristics of Earth mean we can expect more groundedness and stability. That means a year with a lot less drama. And we're starting off tonight's parade a little differently this year. That's because we have an internationally acclaimed actress serving as our Grand Marshal.
That is right, Julie. Michelle Yeoh's participation marks the first time in the parade's 150 years plus history that a celebrity has served in that role.
Let's go to KTVU's Claudine Wong, who is on the street with our Grand Marshal, where they are getting ready now to light some firecrackers. Claudine.
Well, Michelle Yeoh has been as gracious and as charming talking to this crowd. I hate to pull you away from them because they are adoring of you being here. Welcome to San Francisco. What's it like to be a part of the Chinese New Year Parade here?
Oh my God, I didn't know how amazing it would be. I'm coming back every year.
Oh, good. We can't wait. We can't wait. I know you have so many projects. I want to let you talk about this project you're working on right now.
Oh, Crazy Rich
Yes.
Asians? It's
It looks
perfect
so
for New
fun.
Year, isn't it? Who doesn't want to be crazy rich? I wish you all that. No, it was so much fun. Thanks to John Chu. And his family is here in San Francisco. So
Yes.
it's fantastic working with an international Asian cast. They came from Costa Rica, Australia, America, of course, Malaysia, Singapore, Taiwan, Hong Kong. It truly was such an international cast, but they were passionate, they were wonderful, they were talented and young.
Well, it is always amazing to watch you on the big screen, and I look forward to that. Okay, now you get to light the firecrackers, which means I'm going to give you these because I've done this before, and you do need some protection. We put on some gloves as well. So the earplugs go on pretty quickly as we look right here, and so they are very loud. These are the firecrackers that we're going to show you, and we're going to light them pretty quickly here.
We light them
and
and then we run away real fast, right?
Yes, we light them and run away. We had that talk, yes.
Okay, we like them. Do I need gloves?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, yes.
it's better.
Safety first.
Safety first.
Safety first. Okay, we'll get the gloves on. There we go. And this happens very, very quickly. Here's the lit
Okay, you're going to help me with this?
match. Okay, here we go.
Which way are we running?
We're going to run that way.
Well, we are, watch the
Okay.
wire, the cable.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Yes.
here we go. Here we go. Whoa!
And we're off. We're off. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Because when they go, they go. Woo!
Michelle Yeoh, what a firecracker, huh?
And what a great way to start off this parade. 2018, Happy New Year, everyone, overlooking Union Square. And oh, what's going on here, Ben? It looks like a musician is playing what appears to be a Chinese violin.
That's right. The musical instrument you're hearing and looking at is called the erhu. It is a 2-stringed bowed instrument, often referred to as a Chinese violin or southern fiddle. Let's hear her fiddle.
This world a better place if you can reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can. Take the time.
reach out and touch.
We can change things if we stop giving. Why don't you reach out and touch somebody's hand? Make this world a better place if you can. Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can. Reach out. Gong Hei Fat Choi!
They took off their masks and they realized they're from all different cultures.
And what a nice night in San Francisco. We were worried earlier about some wind. It's slightly breezy, but not bad. Clear skies, a little chilly, but hundreds of thousands of people have showed up along the parade route like they usually do, gotten their great spot, and they're just here for a fabulous evening in downtown San Francisco as we celebrate the Chinese New Year in grand fashion, San Francisco style. And there's the crowd in Macy's lined up against the windows there. They have a great spot looking over Geary Street where our parade is coming up this evening and wrapping around up to Post Street. And look at all the people there in the stands. Washing Arts Group San Francisco is first in the lineup. Their float honors the Beijing Opera or Peking Opera.
That's right. The opera is a cultural treasure in China. It's known for its beauty, charm, and grace. It includes dance, mimes, and acrobatics. They're really quite a spectacle, as we will see.
And this float does such a beautiful job capturing so many of the opera elements. It's so colorful. The decorations mimic traditional stage scenery, many of which are set in the Imperial Palace Gardens.
And look what they're wearing. The costumes are representative of characters from famous Beijing operas, particularly those elaborate headdresses.
This group is also known as the U.S. Chinese Dance Association. It acts as a bridge connecting arts from the U.S. and China.
And they wish everyone a new year filled with good fortune and happiness, as well as artistic beauty. This next group gets the crowd buzzing at the mere mention of its name. Let's try it. Tat Wong Kung Fu. I think I heard Julie buzzing with delight.
The Tat Wong Kung Fu Academy always puts on quite a show. In fact, they were so good, they were our opening acts back in 2005 and 2014. And tonight, they are celebrating 34 years of fabulous performances and recognition as one of the top schools in the country.
And look at them. You could say they're aiming to be top dog again this year. And I love the nunchucks dog bones. That's what they are.
Well, they may be small, but they are fierce. The performers with a few extra dog ears on them are demonstrating advanced Kung Fu hand techniques.
They're practicing Choi Lei Fut. Techniques are based on the natural characteristics of 5 animals: the dragon, tiger, panther, snake, and crane.
All right, they're also showing us the Shaolin staff. Many of these performers are internationally ranked gold medal champions.
Tens of thousands of students have gone through the academy over the years in either their San Francisco, San Mateo, or Concord locations.
They focus on integrity, kindness, wisdom, and bravery. And there they go, the Tat Wong Kung Fu Academy.
Nice start to the parade.
Tonight's title sponsor, Southwest Airlines, is here now to set the stage for a happy new year. Where will 2018 take you?
It will take me out for a walk, trying to catch up with this dog. Float makers nicknamed him Clifford, after Clifford, the big red dog, or in Chinese, Hong Gao Zhai.
And those born under the sign of the dog are most comfortable in group settings, which may explain why they're drawn to the world stage. You know, some famous dogs include Elvis, Madonna, Michael Jackson, and Mariah Carey, along with Presidents Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, and Donald Trump.
While dog people can brag that this is their year, watch out. Chinese astrologers say 2018 will be unlucky for them.
This year promises harmony in the home and idealism in our views. The Lunar New Year is considered the most significant of holidays, bringing together family, friends, and food.
I talked with Stephanie Muffson, the float builder, and she said this float stood out as one of her crew's favorites, and we can sure see why.
Look at that rotating dog they have on that float down there. Just gorgeous.
That's Clifford for you. Straight out of Davis, it's the California Aggie Marching Banda, one of the UC school system's rowdier bands, Julie.
You know, Ben, they got their reputation after World War II when ex-servicemen came home and joined the ranks. That led them to exclude women for fear that they couldn't hack it. Probably not a good idea to tell a woman she can't do something.
Let's listen to them. Oh, they sound great. Two of the songs they're playing this evening are Redbone's Come and Get Your Love and Hooked on a Feeling by Blue Swede.
Hooked on a Feeling, that's such a great song. And it resurfaced in a few movies and TV shows over the years, most recently in Guardians of the Galaxy. And Fox's Ally McBeal, fans remember the song with the dancing baby.
Oh, yeah, the dancing baby. Well, there's no band class at UC Davis, and they don't make money, but they do have roadies, just like rock bands. The roadies assist them along the parade route, and they help with various tasks such as handing out water, which is critical work.
The official mascot is the Mustang, even though they're called the Aggies. Aggie is a nod to the school's agricultural roots. Apparently, the Davis Farmers didn't sound cool enough. Looking back now at the Ford picture-perfect moment, we can see the Year of the Dog is off to a great start.
And it will only get better, especially for one lucky person and 3 friends. Enter for a chance to win 4 round-trip tickets on Southwest Airlines. Stay tuned for the secret word during the second hour of this broadcast. Then enter at our Facebook page at facebook.com/KTVU and click on the contest link.
You have to enter the correct secret word in order to win. Just look for the official rules at KTVU.com/contest. We'll be right back.
Southwest and the Chinese New Year Parade go together like Southwest and low fares. Book your low fares online, only at southwest.com. And Gung Hei Fat Choi.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Southwest Airlines Chinese New Year Parade. We are celebrating here in Union Square. The Lunar New Year festivities are also known as the Spring Festival. The festival starts on the second new moon after the winter solstice and ends on the full moon 15 days later.
A full moon when all the dogs will be howling. We officially said goodbye to the rooster on the 15th, so from now until February 4th of next year, it's all about the dog. We're kicking off the dog year in front of the legendary Westin St. Francis, a landmark that reminds you of the city's sophisticated past. We'd like to thank hotel employees for being so gracious. The hotel has served as our home away from home for the past few days.
It's a Zodiac Revolution, round 2 for the Foster City Chinese Club. The group joined the parade in the year of the Fire Dog back in 2006. They're pulling out all the stops now for this Earth Dog year.
And there they are, entertaining the crowd with a mix of old world Chinese and modern ballet. The fans and ribbons would be the old world Chinese.
They choreographed this routine themselves. So nicely done tonight. Many of the dancers have years of training under their belts.
And that is training that has paid off. They're proud that one of their original members is now on national tour with the Broadway show A Chorus Line.
And now we see the fan dancers. Beautiful colors tonight. This takes both skill and grace. The lovely ladies out there entertaining the spectators who have lined up in the seats along Geary, right out in front of Macy's, all taking place in Union Square.
With beautifully colored fans.
Such a great San Francisco tradition, celebrating Chinese culture, and look at their gorgeous jackets. A lot of red and gold, which are symbols for happiness and luck, good luck.
These dances are also a way for Chinese classic tales to be passed from generation to generation.
I'm sure their performance has inspired the next generation of young girls.
Bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yay, bow wow yippee yo yippee yay. It's the San Francisco Renegades, and they're getting downright funky to the George Clinton tune Atomic Dog. The song made it to #1 on the R&B charts in 1982, which coincidentally was a dog year. Let's get down with the San Francisco Renegades Drum and Bugle Corps.
Look at this little one here. She's one of the younger ones in tonight's parade, but she's got big style out there, marching alongside the band. Love that. Okay, they're competitive, and they have people of all ages that we just saw in their organization, with members throughout the Bay Area. They've even had honorary members from as far away as South Korea and Japan join them in the past.
That little one wasn't that competitive, though. They've been known by many different names, by the way. The Quarrymen, Johnny and the Moondogs, and the Moonshiners. Now they sort of refer to themselves as the Drum and Bugle Corps with day jobs. We'll call them what you want. Let's get back to Funky Town.
And up next tonight, the school that can brag it was San Francisco's first immersion program. West Portal Elementary's program was so successful, it led to the first Chinese immersion school, Alice Fong U. We'll see that a little later in tonight's parade.
Right now, we're all about West Portal and its Chinese Performing Arts program. They're here tonight, and you can see by the size of this group, it is as popular as ever. Fan and ribbon dancers. These dancers represent the Tang Dynasty.
The earliest ribbon dances consisted of holding thin strips of silk ribbon. It wasn't until the Tang Dynasty that the strips grew in length. All right, the school continues to set the bar high, at least 2 to 3 feet higher than normal. The stilt walkers represent the characteristics from the Chinese folktale, The Journey to the West.
Yeah, there are 6 main characters and 1 evil princess. You can't have a good story without a villain, can you? The stilt walkers.
Can you imagine walking the whole parade route on those things?
I bet you after they get off TV, they get off their stilts for a couple of blocks.
They are good. That takes talent.
A lot of skill. There are 2 kinds of lion dance, and Yao Kung Moon does them both. They've been pioneers of the northern and southern styles since the 80s. They're constantly evolving, adding new challenges to each performance.
And a quick way to tell the 2 styles apart, the northern one looks like a shaggy dog, while the southern lion looks like a fierce cat.
They're dedicating tonight's performance to their founder in the United States, Grandmaster Wang Chung, and one of the association's senior advisors, Master Peter Lau.
Yao Kung Moon means a system of flexible power, and look at them. You have to be really strong and flexible to do this.
Yeah, the dragons. The sequence is symbolic. The lions representing the beginning, the dragon, the end. It's the idea of finishing what you started.
And it's a bit easier to tell a dragon and Chinese lion apart. A lion takes only 2 performers, but a dragon, depending on the length, requires more manpower. This dragon is maneuvered by almost 24 performers, and each one has to be very strong.
Well, the sudden passing of Mayor Ed Lee in December hit San Francisco quite hard. So many people, myself included, were proud of him for becoming the first Chinese American to serve as mayor.
And Mayor Lee was always so proud to be a part of this parade. Let's go back now to Claudine Wong for more on what this night meant to the late mayor. Claudine?
You know, Mayor Ed Lee loved this parade. He rarely sat in the car. He liked to walk the route with his wife, Anita, by his side. And he always had that signature smile on his face. Every year, he beamed with pride when he talked about how special it was to watch the Chinese community and the entire city and Bay Area come together to celebrate the Lunar New Year. His absence is certainly felt this year. And in our picture-perfect moment, we look back to when Mayor Ed Lee lit the firecrackers for the Chinese New Year parade.
Just saw some waving kitties in Chinatown. Don't they know it's the year of the dog? The origins of this New Year parade date back to around the 1860s when Chinese immigrants were eager to share their culture. They chose to do it through a favorite American tradition, a parade.
The parade was moved to the evening. That actually happened in the last Earth Dog year, way back in 1958. It was moved so it wouldn't compete with the popular Miss Chinatown USA pageant. The parade really grew to what it is today when KTVU started televising it back in 1987.
That's right. And one of the many traditions in this parade, an appearance by San Francisco's mayor, and here he is now, interim mayor and former San Francisco supervisor Mark Farrell.
Let's go back to Claudine. She's with the mayor right now. Claudine.
Yes, Mayor Mark Farrell, you have been in this parade as supervisor. You are in it this year as mayor. How does it feel? You're with your wife, your kids, and walking the streets of San Francisco.
Oh, it's incredible. I think more importantly to be here with my family and to share this moment with the residents of San Francisco and to be the mayor of this Chinese New Year parade. It's just an unbelievable time.
I know you have deep roots. You played basketball at the Chinatown YMCA.
Yeah.
You were baptized at St. Mary's in Chinatown. For San Francisco, what is this moment?
Look, our Chinese culture in San Francisco is simply part of our DNA. It's who we are as a city. And as someone who was born and raised here in San Francisco, had so many experiences in Chinatown as a kid growing up, that's what it's all about. And so, you know, to be here to celebrate our cultural heritage here in the city and an amazing night like tonight, and this New Year's parade, this Chinese New Year's parade is an amazing event. You know, so many people that come to celebrate.
And I know as mayor, you've talked about Ed Lee and his legacy. And when you walked this parade, and no, this wasn't something you had planned.
Right.
People expected he would be here this year. How emotional is that?
Every day. And it hits you in different moments. And, you know, Mayor Lee was not only a good friend, personal friend, but obviously someone that I work with very closely. And certainly nights like tonight, we very much remember him and certainly remember what he meant to our Chinese community here in San Francisco. He was such a big deal. And so tonight we carry on his legacy.
Absolutely. Mayor Mark Farrell, thanks so much. Your
you.
beautiful family. It's great to see you guys enjoy the parade.
Thank you.
Everyone wishing him a Happy New Year.
Well, they have worked hard with Nagata dance and what they call a fusion dance style and theatrical hip hop. And if you have a smile on your face after watching this group, then they've achieved their New Year's goal.
Yeah, who are we to stand in the way of New Year's goals? I'm smiling already. These first through fifth graders are no strangers to seeing their hard work pay off. Last year in the parade, in fact, they won first place in their category for Best School.
This is a fusion dance style and theatrical hip hop that they're doing out there. It's all set to the song Just Hold On by Steve Aoki and Louis Tomlinson. They have so much energy for this performance, and their little dog costumes are made by parent volunteers. The Commodore Sloat students wish everyone good fortune and happiness. Gung Hei Fat Choi. Happy New Year.
The Salinas High School Marching Band comes from the area known as the Salad Bowl of the world.
Salinas, you know, practically right in our backyard. The music they're performing tonight is from local artist Carlos Santana.
Some of the Santana songs in their mix include Oye Como Va, Evil Ways, and Smooth, a song that won Record of the Year Grammys in 1998.
You know, 1998 is a year most of these kids weren't even born, Ben. They say people born under the sign of the dog have some of the best traits. They're honest, they're friendly, they're loyal, and they're smart.
They also have a strong need for fairness. They make good judges, teachers, and counselors. Let's listen to the band from Salinas High.
Well, a smile and a song. Cornerstone Academy brings them both tonight. This is only their second New Year's parade, and they've already figured out how to entertain the crowd.
Yeah, they have. Their music selection is a Chinese song by the same name, A Smile and a Song. This collection of grade school and middle school students show off two Chinese art forms, dancing and diabolos.
The flowered hoop dancers are the younger students dressed in the light green or the green lime color tonight. They're part of the school's Chinese dance program.
I like that bright green. The Diabolo makes Mandarin class fun. Once the kids reach 6th grade, they learn how to toss and pass. This Chinese yo-yo is what it is.
And it looks like all their practice is paying off tonight. They are so good at what they're doing. They've been at this since September, getting ready for tonight's big parade.
Cornerstone Academy started 42 years ago with just 2 preschool kids. Wow. Back then it was called Little Lights, and just 2 lights. Now they boast 1,000 students across 3 campuses. All right, let's welcome the president of the Chinese Chamber of Commerce, Kitman Chan. He is a certified public accountant and runs his own CPA firm. This is his time of year.
Chan previously served on the California State Acupuncture Board and Chinese Hospital Board of Trustees.
He is also founder and president of the North America Guangzhou School Alumni Association. President Kitman Chan is followed by directors of the Chinese Chamber of Commerce and the Chinese Consolidated Benevolent Association.
Happy New Year to all of you. The Chamber sponsors many activities during the Lunar New Year, including the Miss Chinatown USA pageant, as well as the New Year's Flower Market and Street Fair. Well, this next group may know the parade route better than anybody else. Recology has been collecting San Francisco's trash and recyclables for almost 100 years.
That's right. They're on the front lines just about every day, helping to preserve our environment, and that is no easy task. The parade alone generates about 10 tons of trash, half of which gets recycled or composted.
And look at this. Sometimes that trash is put to good use, like the dragon known as Daisy. She's made entirely of trash collected by Recology workers. Recology recruits friends and family to maneuver Daisy, probably the only time you can really willingly get your friends to help you with your trash.
You know, they even recycle their trucks, Julie. Actually, when you've been around the block enough times, you're not called recycled anymore. You're called antique.
How about if we use the word experience,
Yeah.
Ben?
That sounds
This
good.
experience truck is called Old Red. She was state-of-the-art back in the late 40s, but she's been replaced now by a fleet of much younger models running on clean, alternative fuels like biodiesel.
Yeah, that sounds good. There are years of experience on Old Red. International singing sensation Alice Louie, along with Lawrence Cheng, Andy Yang, and Sean. They're performing traditional and original songs in Chinese and English. This next school is a treasure in the Bruno Mars sense. Hayward High School chose the song to celebrate the new year. The band joined forces with the Mandarin Club, so this isn't your typical school marching band.
Let's listen to them.
Bruno Mars, big band style.
And tonight's picture-perfect moment is brought to you by Ford. I love that little girl right there marching in tonight's parade.
And where would you go to create your own picture-perfect moment? Be on the lookout in the next hour for the secret word to win a trip for 4.
Then submit the correct word on our Facebook page at facebook.com/KTVU and click on the contest link. You can find the official rules at ktvu.com/contest. We'll be right back. And that's another look at Chinatown, an area that is bursting with a lot of good food like those roasted ducks there. It's also where this parade winds up in a couple of hours, but you know, Ben, the fun doesn't stop there.
Sure doesn't, Julie. And I can tell you where the fun started, at 2nd and Market. The parade has returned to its original route after a detour for a few years. The Central Subway Edition will make it all worth it. And now we're back on Geary. Welcome
Beautiful
back.
night.
Look and listen to who's heading up Geary now. The University of San Francisco Dons Band. They are new to the parade. Welcome. It is hard to believe the band's only 8 years old for a school that's been around since 1855.
We'll take a break to listen for a minute. Now here's a new spin on mobile banking. ICBC coming direct to you on a float flatbed.
A float bed, crazy, huh? ICBC, or Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, is the world's largest bank. It knows a thing or two about mobile banking. It was the first commercial bank in China to launch it.
And check out that gold dog. It looks ready to do some serious howling at the moon tonight. His nose is pointed toward the sky.
Yeah, maybe that's because he's got an extensive collection of coins and gold ingots underfoot. He's sniffing out anybody who might want to try to take away his fortune.
The People's Republic of China releases a new gold panda coin every year with a different design, but the front of the coin has been designed featuring a temple of heaven.
And from across the magnificent Golden Gate Bridge, let's welcome West America Taekwondo. The Mill Valley group said they couldn't be more excited to be back for their 3rd appearance.
All right, well, we have been watching and waiting for them to do something. It looks like they're getting ready to start something right now. There they are, the West America Taekwondo.
They were founded by Master Roger Carlin in 1983. He went on to win the World Championship title 4 years later. Let's get our kicks.
You know, the Japanese word dojo means way or path. Dojos were located next to temples as formal training places for any of the arts ending in do, as in Taekwondo.
Food and drink are big parts of New Year celebrations, and that includes Qingdao, the best-selling Chinese beer in the United States. The beer company goes back to 1903, in fact. It was founded by German settlers in Hong Kong.
And it's now produced in China. The pier on the logo is from the region where it's made in Qingdao.
Yeah, that's a large enough beer to share with an entire party. But there are rules of etiquette to follow when drinking in China. First, be prepared for many toasts. When saluting the host, you must do it in the proper order of seniority. And here they are, the group that empowered women before it became mainstream. Long Ma Xing Si Wei. They say that 3 times fast. It just rolls off the tongue. They turned the male-dominated art of lion and dragon dancing on its head. It was one of the first groups to include women.
And don't forget the children. This group was also one of the first to allow kids younger than 12. They have multiple generations taking part, with more than a third women and girls, and nearly half are seniors. Prove you're only as old as you feel.
Those are the lions. A pride of lions, and now another coup for Long Ma. They started the nation's first all-women dragon team. Their name, Phoenix Rising, is a tribute to this new age of feminism. They firmly believe you can accomplish anything when you free yourself to live your own life's choices.
And look at this, 80 feet, all women. That is one dragon you don't want to mess with. Happy New Year from Long Ma Xing Si Hui.
Very intricate move there, getting curled up.
One of many dragons we will see at tonight's parade. Eastern dragons are said to be angels of the Orient who control the rain, rivers, lakes, and seas. So much superstition in Chinese culture.
In Cantonese, it's the Long or Leong or Gumlong for the golden dragon that we'll be seeing for the finale here in Union Square.
A beautiful sight in San Francisco. It's San Francisco style, the Chinese New Year Parade 2018. You can see the people on the right there lined up at Macy's overlooking Geary Street. Now there's Rosemary from KTVU. She's out walking, and I see Sal, the whole group. We see Claudine. Oh, it's time for the KTVU crew. Let's go back to Claudine now. She's gathering some familiar faces around her tonight. I see Amber and Mike Meback. Claudine, who do you have there?
I know. I've got Sal Castaneda with me, but I don't know where all my other crew is. Sal, what's it like walking in the parade this year?
It's awesome. This is one of the best events in San Francisco, and I love it.
Absolutely agree. Rosemary, thank you for the nice weather.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, as we talked about all morning long, it was going to be a cold one. So here we are bundled up, but it is a great night.
Absolutely. We have morning crew, we have Dacia, we have Mike, we have Amber at night, because we're all one big family here. How's it going?
It's wonderful.
We miss you, Claudine.
Yeah, he talks about you all the time.
Oh, my goodness.
And let's get Frank Somerville in here. Come on over here.
Come on in.
How has the parade been? I know you guys love this. The whole crew loves this. It's like you can't get anyone in.
You couldn't ask for a better night, could you? I mean, this is outstanding.
People upstairs, Frank, Macy's, right up there.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
We love you guys. And I think, you know, really, honestly, I will say, and I think everyone will agree, you know, when you're on TV, you don't get to see everyone face to face. And so this is really a fun time for all the folks out here to really just say hi.
It's awesome. I want to say thanks to Joe Fonzie for holding down the fort also back at the station. Somebody's got to work.
Somebody's got to do it. Okay, we'll send it back to you guys.
All right, you guys have fun out there. I'm sure they will. All right, now before we head to break, a look back at this Ford Picture Perfect moment.
Ah, yes, the golden dog.
Covered in glitter.
And we've got a whole lot more celebrating to do. Plus, the Golden State Warriors NBA Championship Trophy is in the house and on parade. You're watching the Southwest Airlines Chinese New Year Parade.
Happy Lunar New Year from AT&T. Wishing you and your family more prosperity, more peace, more joy, and more success throughout the year.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Southwest Airlines Chinese New Year Parade. We are celebrating the Year of the Dog, San Francisco style, and I'm lucky once again to be joined by my former Rolling Stone writer, editor, Ben Fong Torres, and great co-host.
And she is the one and only Julie Hayner. Now, Julie, you just mentioned San Francisco style, and that reminds me of the warm and inviting Westin St. Francis. We'd like to thank the hotel for being our broadcast home for the past few days.
Well, if I said Glockenspiel, you'd likely say St. Mary's. The Chinese girls' drum and bell corps is synonymous with the gorgeous sounding instrument. It's one of my favorites, and it's always one of the crowd's favorites, too. Let's listen. You know those firecrackers, they sometimes get in the way of things, but here, we can hear now.
St. Mary's has been part of this parade longer than just about anyone, myself included, and that's a long time. Right behind the drum and bell corps comes the drill team. They're known for their precision fan dance.
This is the quieter of the two St. Mary's groups. One performs to music. This one performs in silence with beauty and grace.
And they're known for their gorgeous costumes. Traditional silk with an embroidered dragon and phoenix design. One of my favorite things here as part of the Chinese New Year Parade.
The SFPD Lion Dance team appears to be downsizing its workforce, but what they lose in size, they gain in youth and vitality.
We'll get to the shorter dragon, but first the Lions. I see they haven't lost their edge, and they have another reason to celebrate. They're marking their 30th year performing for the community. The SFPD Lion Dance team was formed in 1988, good number, to improve relations among officers in the Central District with the Chinatown community it served.
They have about 20 active officers in the group, but for the parade, family members are recruited to help.
This year, one of the members' daughters showed an interest, and she and some high school friends got together and underwent dragon training.
A Dragon Cadet Academy that has a good ring to it. Just imagine the enlistment numbers.
The 150-foot dragon graces parade for so many years was forced to retire to make room for this young, smaller dragon. Cross a tambourine with a Chinese yo-yo, you get this next group, Chung Nai. The dance troupe has promoted Chinese performing arts for more than 40 years. They're demonstrating two of those art forms now.
A musical number called Spring Festival accompanies the tambourine. Spring Festival is another name for the Chinese New Year.
Yeah, the jingling of the tambourines. They sound like firecrackers, don't they? But they're supposed to sound a bit like jingling coins, symbolizing wealth or change.
I smell firecrackers in the air. Freddie Mercury of Queen was known to play the tambourine, as did Mozart. He's among the earliest Western composers to include the tambourine in his music.
Hey, quiet down there. How about Shirley Jones in the Partridge Family, Julie? She was a tambourine girl. That show started in her dog year, 1970.
You know, I don't think as talented as the Partridge Family was, I don't think they knew how to work a shei ling. These traditional Chinese yo-yos are made from bamboo. They make a whistling or humming sound when they're spinning.
the most skilled of them can make the Diablo whirl about 2,000 revolutions per minute.
The Asian Pacific Islander Club is getting the crowd pumped up now for what's coming up next. The AT&T Float. The American high school students are sponsored by the telecommunications company.
Right, and this is lucky number 8 for the club. 8 years in the parade, 8 years in existence. I expect good things from this club in 2018. That student entourage we just saw was paving the way for this AT&T's Brown Earth Dog.
This year's Zodiac animal is created with a bit of a twist. It has a stylized geometric look to it.
Yeah, almost like a square dog. This unique outlook is just what we need for 2018, according to Chinese astrology. Wow, that's beautiful. This year's Earth element is connected to mountains, symbolizing an obstacle in our path. The Year of the Dog has much in store for those who can see things differently.
Well, tonight's honorary marshals are well known around these parts. Arnold Chin, who you see here, served as parade director from 2007 to 2012.
Wayne Hu is working the parade right now and couldn't leave his post to receive his 15 seconds of fame. He served as parade director from 1985 until 2006. Let's welcome the California Polytechnic State University Mustang Band. Wow, try saying that 3 times fast.
I can't. That's probably why they're better known as the Cal Poly Mustang Band. That rolls off your tongue much easier. Prior to the parade, this band got together with the UC Davis Aggie Band. They put an impromptu concert along the Embarcadero near the Ferry Building. So let's listen to them.
All right, let's go down to our reporter of fun, Claudine Wong, for our AT&T Fun Fact. Claudine,
That's
hey.
right. I found the best seat in the house. Are you guys having a good time? Yeah, it's super fun. All right, here's our AT&T Fun Fact. I knew you guys all knew this. San Francisco celebrated its first Chinese New Year parade in the 1860s during the Gold Rush era. Look, she's fascinated. This was almost 2 decades before Alexander Graham Bell and Thomas A. Watson talked by telephone. AT&T is proud to connect everyone to their families and friends so they can share good wishes and fortune with one another, I should say, in the new year. Everyone say Happy New Year!
And here's a quick look back now of tonight's special moments from this parade. This is instant replay as our Ford picture-perfect moment.
St. Mary's. And where would you go to capture that picture-perfect moment? Coming up a bit later, your chance to win 4 round-trip tickets.
Just watch for the secret word, then go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/KTVU and click on the contest link. You have to submit the correct secret word in order to win. The official rules can be found at KTVU.com/contest. We'll be right back.
Happy Lunar New Year from AT&T. Wishing you and your family more prosperity, more peace, more joy, and more success throughout the year.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Southwest Airlines Chinese New Year Parade. We are celebrating the Year of the Dog, and it's a beautiful night here in the city. Not too cold,
sure is.
just a tiny bit breezy, but no rain. And I'm here with Ben Fong Torres.
Yeah, I was ready for the cold by putting on some UGG sandals, but I didn't really need them. I am with the one and only Julie Hayner. Julie, you just mentioned San Francisco style. That reminds me of the warm and inviting Westin St. Francis. We'd like to thank the hotel for being our broadcast home for the past few days. The Westin St. Francis opened in 1904, defining San Francisco as a cosmopolitan city.
CYC is becoming a fixture in this parade. This is their 9th appearance, and tonight they've called in the troops, a full-fledged dog army.
Their full name is Community Youth Center, but everyone calls them CYC. It's Paw Patrol. Needs support and encouragement, and that's where the Celestial Fairies come in. And there they are.
And in addition to support, they need skills, a lot of skills. These warrior generals are in charge of teaching the troops.
CYC says what you're seeing symbolizes what the organization stands for. The staff are like the warriors, mentoring, counseling, and supporting youth. The dragon represents the organization, ensuring that youth have a safe and nurturing environment where they can learn and grow.
For nearly 50 years, CYC has been working with Chinese immigrants, providing programs and services to youth and their families. Happy New Year from the Community Youth Center of San Francisco. And right now, they're making their way up Geary. You can see the dragon coming up behind them. And all the people sitting to the right have great seats there in Union Square along Geary, just underneath Macy's for tonight's parade.
A lot of young people in the parade, and a lot of the traditions of Chinese New Year have to do with kids, including giving them lacies, money in red envelopes. It was a nice.
Well, how many likes do you think this next float gets? It's from Facebook, so I'd guess in the tens of thousands.
At least, Julie. And I imagine its relationship status would say involved with luck and good fortune.
Along with the obvious Facebook thumbs up reference, the float pays tribute to the art of Chinese paper cutting, something that became popular as paper became more affordable during the 2nd century.
They started showing up on doors and windows, eventually being known as window flowers. They're quite common this time of year. You see them all over Chinatown.
Facebook is honored to celebrate the Year of the Dog with the Chinese community, both in person and online, with its more than 1 billion active daily users.
Well, here is one shopping cart you hope someone doesn't sneak into your express line. It is over 12 feet tall and could hold a whole lot of groceries.
That's right, Big Red, as it's been dubbed, is from Lucky Supermarkets. It's equipped with a V8 engine, and it's one of the entries year after year that gets a big reaction from the crowd.
It can reach speeds of 100 miles per hour, but we won't see it go that fast here. I don't think the Lucky team members who are in it would like to go that fast either. The Lunar New Year's not complete without a visit from Zhou Sun, or Zhou Gong. That would be kitchen god in Cantonese.
Every year, many Chinese families offer a sacrifice to the deity, who then reports back to the Jade Emperor on what the family has done over the past year. This kitchen god arrived here courtesy of Lucky Supermarkets.
And in order to ensure a sweet and flattering report, it is best to stock up with plenty of his favorite candies.
Some families have been known to smear his mouth with honey or sticky rice so that he can only say sweet things, or better yet, make his mouth so sticky that he can't say anything at all.
This next band could head off to a black tie affair after their performance. The Lincoln Middle School marching band came dressed to the nines with their tuxedo shirts and red cummerbunds and bow ties.
9 is considered a lucky number in China. It has the same pronunciation as Jiu, meaning everlasting. I read somewhere that on Valentine's Day, a man may present his someone special with 99 or 999 roses to symbolize eternal love. But frankly, I don't know who could afford sending 999 roses.
I sure can't. Sorry, Diane. Well, this band has officially cycled the zodiac. It's their 12th appearance. Let's listen to them play now.
And kudos to the Lincoln Middle School Marching Band. Bank of America is back for another year. The parade's longest-running sponsor is celebrating its 4th year of the dog. Wow!
Oh, you mean Bow Wow, Julie. And when you've been lucky enough to be in the parade for more than 50 years, you want that luck to rub off. So this year's float is brimming with auspicious symbols.
Lucky symbols and some happy faces. There they are. Look at them. They're on that beautiful bridge. Another one of tonight's colorful floats. And behind them, the lantern symbolizing wishes for a bright future, with red sending the message of happiness. These lanterns originally appear around the 1st century, initially used for lighting, but they have become a celebratory symbol after the discovery of gas and electricity.
The little red envelopes toward the back of the float along the sides, they look like playing cards. They're called lei xis in Cantonese. In Mandarin, you say hong bao. The hong means red, which sounds like the word for vast. That's why Chinese wrap money in red during the new year, with hope your money multiplies. Gold, 668 count of gold medals and 288 silver medals all add up to one thing. It's the Si Fu Ming Kung Fu Academy.
They have a little more than silver to tally up. Silver screen appearances, that is. Si Fu Ming is a Hollywood and Hong Kong Kung Fu movie actor, in addition to being a 3-time world champion.
I haven't seen Zen Master 6 or Surf Ninjas. I wonder if you can get them on demand. I want to binge those.
The Kung Fu Academy focuses on teaching students discipline and concentration.
We're taking a look at another Ford Picture Perfect moment. Ah, yes, beautiful umbrellas, beautiful dancers. Look just as great as the second time around.
And we have something that you at home will want to remember, that secret word. That's when you can win a chance for 4 round-trip tickets.
For your chance to win, you must submit the correct word on our Facebook page at facebook.com/KTVU and click on the contest link. Official rules at ktvu.com/contests. We'll be right back.
Wells Fargo wishes everyone a prosperous Year of the Dog and a happy Lunar New Year.
The Hyundai float is preceded by a mini motorcade and is proudly showing off its new line of CUVs, or crossover utility vehicles.
Yeah, there they are. The Kona joins its Tucson and Santa Fe lines. Do you notice a theme there? The Kona was designed with the active consumer in mind. It is named after an area in Hawaii known to triathletes and adventure seekers.
Hyundai was proud to show off its new line of cars and is now ready to toot its own horn. The float shows the company was ranked #1 in customer loyalty for 9 consecutive years.
Looks like Hyundai and dogs both have a lock-on loyalty. Loyalty is one of the key characteristics of this year's zodiac animal.
You can count the Pope as one of Hyundai's loyal customers. The convertible Santa Fe model was once the official Pope-mobile for Pope Francis.
Oh, this is wonderful.
One of more than 20 floats that we have in tonight's parade, all filled with glitter and gold and red, just gorgeous.
Yeah, the building of this float took the longest of all 22 of this year's floats. It's fun to ride with the SFMTA. SFMTA. There it is. Okay, my apologies to the village people. I thought it was a catchy phrase for the San Francisco Municipal Transportation Agency.
Each day, weekday that is, Muni provides more than 700,000 trips to San Franciscans, so you might not be the only one singing that tune. Imagine that sing-along on a Friday morning commute.
And a shout out to Mike Hanrahan, who's retiring from the SFMTA.
All right, Stanford University's Asian Liver Center is looking a little green, jade green to be exact. Jade symbolizes good luck and life.
It's also an important reminder about their Jade Ribbon campaign. It symbolizes people united against hepatitis B and liver cancer worldwide. If you've ever noticed the Jade campaign ribbon, it's folded like the Chinese character for person, Ren.
And the Wushu martial artists represent the fight against hepatitis B.
Asian Americans make up 4% of the population, but they comprise nearly half those affected, upwards of 2 million people. Another dragon coming up, Fury.
The dragon circling represents the attack on the virus. Traditionally, the dragon chases the pearl of wisdom, so this also symbolizes educating oneself about the disease, that is hepatitis B.
All right, AARP reminds everyone of the importance of spending time with family. Here we have a cute family of dogs celebrating under the peach tree. The peach symbolizes immortality, the wish for a long and healthy life.
One of the older dogs helps one of the puppies reach a low-hanging lantern. Chinese lanterns symbolize happiness and a bright future. The Lantern Festival marks the last day of the 15-day Lunar New Year celebrations.
The tradition of lighting lanterns is said to have started when the Jade Emperor was angry at a town for killing his favorite goose. Hell hath no fury like a man who loses his favorite goose.
The Sacred Heart Cathedral Marching Band would fit right into the city's St. Patrick's Day Parade with their iconic shamrock logo.
Yeah, they would also blend in with all the green. Here they stand out against a sea of red. No Irish jig either. Here it is pop music with Irish pride. Let's check them out. A bank commonly associated with the stagecoach and horses has a long history with this year's zodiac animal. During the gold rush, dogs helped guard gold and valuable shipments as they traveled from mining camps to safekeeping at Wells Fargo offices.
The dog on the float is named Jack, after the puppy that was photographed on top of a Wells Fargo treasure box in 1893. There he is. Jack has since become a symbol of the alert and protective dogs that have served Wells Fargo and its customers for years.
That's a cute doggy. One of those treasure boxes can be seen here on the float. Jack and his puppy playmate, Hi Puppy, are into a little self-promotion. They're unfurling a Chinese scroll with the message, "Celebrate the Year of the Dog." And it is time already for another AT&T fun fact. Fire, water, wood, metal, and earth are the key elements in Chinese culture that give character to each of the 12 zodiac signs. AT&T welcomes the responsible Earth Dog in 2018. Will not be seen again, though, until 2078, 60 years away.
There's plenty more of the Southwest Airlines Chinese New Year Parade, but first, a look back at this Ford picture-perfect moment. We'll be right back.
Happy Lunar New Year from your California Ford dealers with a full line of California smart cars, trucks, and SUVs. Learn more at buyfordnow.com.
And welcome back to the Southwest Airlines Chinese New Year Parade. A few fun facts for you tonight. This parade required 150 gallons of paint, 100 gallons of glitter, 50 truckloads of lumber, and 5 truckloads of foam. And that was just for the floats.
Wow, that is right though. And imagine all the hours it takes to turn those materials into something special for all 21 breathtaking floats.
Ben, you're always busy on working on various projects. What's your latest and greatest project that you're working on right now?
Wow, well there's a documentary about me coming out called Like a Rolling Stone from Suzanne Jo Kai, the producer and director. And I program and DJ for MoonAliceRadio.com, and I write for the Chronicle, a radio column.
You don't slow down.
Oh no. Did anyone order a float from Amazon? Because here it comes now. Looks like there's a dog, some cherry blossoms. Oh, look, those look familiar from my house. A couple of Amazon Echoes.
The
Big
float
one.
was created by Asians at Amazon, an affinity group that promotes Asian heritage within the company.
The playful pooch has a coin in its mouth. Somewhere its owner is begging for him not to swallow it. If you ask Alexa what's the most popular dog name, she'll tell you Bella for females and Bailey for males. I wonder if that's a Bella or a Bailey on the float.
This band needs almost no introduction. If you don't recognize their sound, their uniforms surely give them away. They're modeled after the U.S. Marine Corps Dress Blues. The Crusader Band is from San Francisco's Archbishop Riordan High School.
Let's check them out. A welcome part of the parade.
Ooh, look at their step in action here. It's a unique march down here.
Yeah. Slide step. About 1 in every 5 Riordan students takes part in the band. Most of them enter high school having little or no experience. Do the math, that means most of them have been playing their instruments for less than 4 years.
And they really are a band in demand. They completed a tour of Rome for the 2017 New Year's Day parade, and they'll be performing at Disneyland this spring. And then they're off to London for the London New Year's Day parade in 2019.
The next float is billed as a kaleidoscope of Chinese culture, and you'll soon see why. It is the work of the Beijing Hongyu Culture and Art Company. It showcases everything from Peking opera to shadow puppetry.
Peking opera is regarded as one of the cultural treasures of China. It combines music, dance, and acrobatics.
The founder of Hongyu Arts is the son of a Peking opera mask painter. Lin Honghui has a studio in downtown Beijing. Stop in and tell him Ben and Julie sent you.
So what are the chances he'll know who we are, Ben?
About the same as we have the time to talk about every detail on this float. There is so much.
Well, you can't have a Chinese New Year parade in San Francisco without this next group. Alice Von Yu was the nation's first public Chinese immersion school. The school was named after the first Chinese-American teacher hired by the school district.
Yeah, real history. They have been in the parade since the school opened in 1995. Not these students. They weren't even born yet. They're just puppies.
That they are, dressed in their festive puppy costumes tonight. The younger kids are dressed as canines or lacies, which are the red envelopes. The older kids are wearing traditional Chinese costumes.
Gong hei fat choi to Yongbo Shan. He is a research engineer at Ford and looks to be taking one of its signature models, the Ford Mustang, out for a slow spin.
And remember his name. He may be key in what the cars of the future are all about. He does a lot of work on artificial intelligence at the Ford Research and Innovation Center in Palo Alto. And before joining Ford, he worked on developing autonomous mobile robots.
Yeah.
The Lunar New Year is all about family, and so is Salesforce. Its float celebrates the Year of the Dog with their Ohana, which means family in Hawaiian.
Yeah. I wouldn't argue say dragon in Hawaiian. You could say Salesforce has a big family. Employees, customers, partners, and community all make up their Ohana.
One big happy family, and the most important, love. The head of this float family is Koa. The dog has been given the title Chief Love Officer.
The West Coast Lion Dance Troupe's been entertaining us for 3 decades now, but they say tonight's performance will be bittersweet. They're dedicating it to late members, Sifu's, Cliff Wong, and Mei He.
They do an amazing job year after year, and I'm certain this tribute will be fitting.
The lions range in colors and style. There's the Fatsan or Hoksan short-tailed lions, and then the traditional long-tailed lions. All these lions are in the southern style.
You know, rain can cause big problems for these lion dance groups. Their costumes run upwards of $1,000, and when they get wet, they're useless. Their money just washed away. So if there's ever rain in the forecast, their pride gets considerably smaller. Thankfully, with our clear skies tonight, they have all 30 lions here, one for each of its 30 years.
All right. Let's go back to Claudine Wong down in the street. She's probably mingling with the crowd. She has another AT&T fun fact. Hey, Claudine, can you hear us?
I can. I'm squeezed in here because we're having a really good time. 2 years old and 1 year old and hanging out. Talking to the Lions, our AT&T fun fact for you. Oranges and tangerines are given as gifts often at this time of year because they symbolize abundance and happiness. Happy New Year's, guys. Are you having fun?
Yes, we are.
Happy New Year. These are great seeds. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you guys.
All right, thanks, Claudine. We take another glance back now for Ford's picture-perfect moment. Yeah, good marching band music. And coming up soon,
Your chance to win 4 round-trip tickets. Watch for the secret word, then go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/KTVU and click on the contest link.
you must submit the correct secret word in order to win. Don't send in the wrong one. Official rules can be found at ktvu.com/contests. We'll be right back. Another shot from Chinatown, the Eastern Bakery iconic spot, along with lanterns as we return to the Chinese New Year Parade.
Northeast Medical Services celebrates the Chinese New Year by sharing the story of how the dog became one of the zodiac animals. According to legend, the Jade Emperor held a great race, promising to reward the first 12 animals to get across the river with their own year.
Yeah. And leave it to the dog to become too excited when he saw water. He took a bath before finishing the race, so he came in 11th, just beating out the pig.
The Jade Emperor is seen there on the float, along with some references to the river. There he is there, the Jade Emperor.
Yeah, that's a cool illustration. Northeast Medical Services, also referred to as NEMS, has served the Bay Area for more than 45 years. They're one of the largest community health centers in the U.S., serving the Asian population. Troop 12 is part of the Boy Scouts of America, one of the oldest organizations in this parade. Boy Scouts have been around for more than 100 years. A drum and bugle corps was added a few years later, but both programs adhere to the same principles: commitment, practice, and strictness.
The principles are passed down through the generations as it's up to the older boys to lead and teach while under the supervision of qualified adult leaders. Let's listen to them.
They pass down a few classic songs each year for the parade. Playing Top Gun, My Girl, Chinatown, My Chinatown.
The Asian Students Coalition from St. Ignatius is working its way up Geary right now. The club has been around for more than 30 years, making it one of the oldest affinity groups west of the Mississippi.
Yeah, their matching t-shirts are designed by the students.
Well, add a little blue to the lucky New Year's colors of red and gold, and you get, guess what? The Golden State Warriors float. Take a look. Make it the 2017 NBA Champions float. There's no players, though, tonight. They're a little busy, hopefully beating those Oklahoma City Thunder, but they're with us tonight in spirit.
Yeah, and we are definitely with them in spirit. They're on the court now wearing their Chinese heritage uniforms, ones that look like our float backdrop. There it is to your left. When you win as much as the Warriors, you do celebrate, and not just with champagne showers. That's why the team partnered with the distilled liquor company Mao Tai, China's best loved Baijiu brand.
And let's go to KTVU's Claudine Wong. She's down there trying to, oh, look at her. She's got a Warriors jersey on. Hey, you.
Hello. Yes, here it is. I have my Warriors jersey on. I look just like they do on the court, and I will tell you, Julie, I checked, and the Warriors are winning. Good guys are winning. But here's their float. You know, I talked to the COO and President Rick Welts about the Warriors and their connection with the Chinese community, and he says this is really a part of our base, and that's why they've made these jerseys now. Instead of being Chinese New Year jerseys, they're Chinese heritage jerseys, so they can wear it all year long and wear it tonight, the night of the Chinese New Year Parade, even though they can't be with us tonight, and we hope they win. And they're doing a great job. They're up by 20, last I heard. All right, we'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks for that game update and checking out that jersey for us tonight. All right, Sherman Elementary School has made 3 appearances in a K-9 year. That means they've been in this parade for more than 24 years.
Yeah, and dogs aren't the only animals they're familiar with, Julie. The school's mascot is a shark. As they like to say around school, Once a Sherman Shark, always a Sherman Shark.
The school is named after General Takasamu Sherman, one of the Americans' great Civil War heroes. He started as a country school among the cow pastures of San Francisco. That would be what it is now, the Cow Hollow District. The next float comes with high expectations. That's because it's the creation of students of the Academy of Art. Students from all different departments, including sculpture, fine art, acting, and illustration, all pooled their talents for this year's entry.
Their creativity and imagination shine through with their playful take on the affable dog, or should we say dogs? Lots and lots of dogs, Julie.
And they don't stop with the visual design. One of the music students composed 10 original tracks using traditional percussion instruments as a backdrop.
Yeah, let's listen. It is Tai Chi times 3. The North America Dongyu Tai Chi Association celebrates the Lunar New Year by demonstrating 3 different forms of the ancient martial art. I see lots of blue there.
All right, what we're looking at now, there's no lightning in the forecast, but there's a little thunder. The Carson High School Blue Thunder Marching Band. Here they are. We're back on track with this marching band. What a penny in tonight's parade.
Blue indeed. The band comes from Nevada's capital city, Carson City. Let's listen to some sounds from the Silver State. Are they ready to play? Yeah. They're going to play the horse.
This song is by Cliff Nobles and Company. As Ben mentioned, it's called The Horse. The song was released as a B-side, strictly an instrumental piece to Love Is All Right. It's now played by countless high school and college bands. In fact, the band's director, Bill Zabelski, played the song back in his high school days in the early 70s. All right, now here's another group to make it into this Ford Picture Perfect moment.
The band with berets, a golden arch, cute kids, and we're getting closer to meeting the picture-perfect new Miss Chinatown USA. The Southwest Airlines Chinese New Year Parade returns in just a few minutes.
And welcome back. We just saw that landmark gate in Chinatown. And speaking of Chinatown, pretty soon we will meet the new Miss Chinatown USA.
That's right. She's coming up in just a bit, as well as the secret word you'll need for our Watch, Win, and Fly contest. Plus, we have a new and much longer Gumlung, or Golden Dragon, making its parade debut. But first, let's welcome Tsingtao Float. More than half of the Chinese-speaking community in the Bay Area has daily interaction with this next group. Tsingtao, with its TV, radio stations, and newspapers, is the leader among Chinese media.
Tsingtao is everywhere. They have 16 overseas editions, distributed in more than 100 cities, and a float in the Southwest Airlines Chinese New Year Parade.
And on the float, 2 joyous children. Actually, fake children, not to be confused with fake news. The statues depict an ambitious boy about to set off firecrackers, and the smart girl, of course, covering her ears. And they're joined by some of Tsingtao's smart, beautiful, and most recognizable faces, calendar girls.
Here in Northern California, you can find Tsingtao Daily, U.S. City Post, Tsingtao Chinese Radio, and Tsingtao TV. We always welcome friends here, and in this case, friends of Mandarin scholars from San Mateo. These 1st through 5th graders are part of the Mandarin Immersion program at College Park Elementary.
Peng Yao is not even close to how you'd say friend in Mandarin, but hey. And 2 friends they brought with them tonight include their principal and Foster City San Mateo School Superintendent.
These friends also brought along their own music. This powerful drum beats to symbolize the strength and perseverance of the dog. They're keeping the Kung Fu performers in step tonight.
Yeah, let's look at them. You might think the dog days of summer contradicts the perseverance of the dog. It's actually a reference to the dog star, Sirius. Ancient Romans believed the dog star, the brightest star in the sky, radiated extra heat, thus making it the hottest days of summer. So it's not about lazy dogs. A trio of casinos triple the chances, and the god of wealth sound like a winning combination. The El Dorado, Silver Legacy, and Circus Circus resort casinos share the limelight with Sai Chen, aka the god of wealth.
They share more than the limelight. They also want to share the wealth. This float screams, "Show me the money," with all the gold coins and ingots you see there.
Yeah, I think the money god's looking pretty generous these days. Pretty generous, especially by the size of his ingots.
Feng Shui says you should place an ingot in your home to attract wealth and prosperity.
What if instead of an ingot, I just put a slot machine in my house?
You could almost say this next dragon had a lobotomy. Well, in truth, it's more like a whole new head. Students from Mills High School provide the brains and the brawn for this dragon dynamo. They spent more than 200 hours constructing a new dragon head, one that weighs 23 pounds and has more than 300 square feet of paper attached.
Wow, I hope you have HD TV. It is so sharp. It needs a big head to think about moving its 111-foot-long body. As for the red and gold, they're not there just because they're lucky Chinese colors. They're also the school colors.
So gorgeous. Look at that. I love how the dragon just floats along the street there, entertaining the crowd. So beautiful to watch. The dragon coils, it circles, it moves in figure eights while chasing a pearl of wisdom.
It is finale worthy. The dragon teams have to switch roles frequently along the parade route. The head position, being so heavy, has to switch a bit more often, and they're getting a good arm workout. The San Francisco Gas Company illuminated the city streets for the first time just about 164 years ago to the day. That company now is known as PG&E, and they are here now, basking in the glow of street lights and our modern, bright television lights.
And if they hadn't figured out how to light up the streets, this would have certainly remained a daytime parade, Ben.
That is right, Julie. Day or night, though, we can still see the happy faces on board. These students are from the West Portal Elementary School, and they're woofing it up in their cute little dog costumes.
And some of their classmates already came through earlier tonight. You might remember the stilt walkers that we saw a little bit ago.
Right. I still remember the stilt walkers. There are two golden dragons on the float as well. They're symbolic of prosperity and luck. That's what it is.
You know, they're thought to have the body parts of 9 different animals, but not one of those parts is a dog.
Go figure.
Look at all the glitter and the little ones on there waving. Making their way up Geary Street now as part of this Chinese New Year parade. Doing it right tonight, San Francisco style. And they worked so hard, and everyone putting together these floats to get into tonight's parade, and they did a beautiful job. KIPP SF College Prep Band took a novel approach to this year's Canine celebration. It's performing songs released in previous dog years. Shakira's Hips Don't Lie from 2006 and Turn the Beat Around, re-released by Gloria Estefan in 1994.
Good song selections to energize the crowd. KIPP's public high school in the Bayview Hunters Point District, a school which just graduated its founding class this past spring. Congratulations, and well, let's see if they're going to play for us here. Revving it up.
And just a little side note here, these band members started in the program with no previous musical experience. But here they are tonight, performing for the crowd.
They're not going to be playing any dog songs, but there sure are a bunch of them dating back to Hound Dog and How Much Is That Doggy in the Window and Bird Dog by the Everly Brothers, to more current things like Diamond Dogs by David Bowie. Well, nice girl, nice guys might finish last, but nice girls? Chinese legend says they end up as goddesses. Up next, we have Ma Su. She turned into a deity after leading a life of kindness and compassion. Julie, you are well on your way.
Yeah, the only difference is she has 2 generals clearing her path. I have 2 boys with a lot of stuff cluttering my path.
You still have your sense of humor. These generals have keen sight and hearing. The one in the blue mask, Sung Feng Le, can hear from 1,000 miles away, and the other, Qian Li Yen, can see 1,000 miles away.
The goddess Matsu controls the weather and protects sea travelers. Immigrants coming to the United States by boat would pray to Matsu for a safe journey.
Yeah, this is a rare appearance for Ma Su. She only leaves her temple twice a year. Once for tonight's parade, and again in the spring for her birthday celebration.
It's time right now for our final AT&T Fun Fact tonight. On Chinese New Year, everyone is a year older. It doesn't matter when you were born, it's like a national birthday. AT&T wishes everyone a wonderful, happy, healthy birthday and many more to come. And now it's time for another picture-perfect moment captured by Ford. More adorable little kids in beautiful costumes. And that beautiful dragon.
It won't be long now when we reveal the secret word to our Southwest Watch, Win, and Fly contest. To enter, go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/KTVU and click on the contest link.
But you must submit the correct secret word in order to win. Official rules can be found at ktvu.com/contest. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Jasmine Lee, and I'm so proud to be Miss Chinatown USA 2018. I'm from San Francisco, and I graduated from UC Berkeley. Lunar New Year is such a special time of year. It's a time for renewal, a time for celebration, and a time to see all the smiling faces of the Chinese New Year parade. It's such an incredible honor to be a part of this event this year. Gong Hei Fat Choi.
And congratulations to Miss Chinatown. And when it's time to say goodbye, you want to go out in style. 2017's Miss Chinatown USA is doing just that, courtesy of Macy's. And she is joined by a few of this year's pageant contestants.
And we want to point out to you at home, there's the secret word right on your screen. So remember that secret word and you know what to do. Southwest. Well, if 2017 was the year of the woman, this would be its signature float with its grand arch of pink cherry and plum blossoms. The Chinese word for cherry, Yingtao, also means baby peach. The flowers symbolize youth and female beauty.
Yeah, China's national flower, the plum blossom, adds a pop of color. The trees are the first to bloom after a harsh winter.
We don't really know about harsh winters here in California, but we do know a thing or two about goodbyes. The 2017 Miss Chinatown USA bids everyone a fond farewell. Irvine High School is all about music as well as education. The music department offers 3 concert bands, 3 orchestras, 2 jazz ensembles, a percussion ensemble, 4 guitar and piano classes, AP music theory, and a 211-member-strong marching band and color guard. Oh, and did I mention they're also multi-Grammy Award winners?
Wow, that's amazing. The Mighty Marching Vaqueros don't take music lightly. They're playing the 80s Styx classic, Mr. Roboto. Let's listen to Styx marching band style. This is, yeah, they're fantastic. This is the float all young women clamor to be on. They're actually competing for the Miss Chinatown USA title, but the float ride from Thunder Valley Casino Resort is certainly a nice perk.
Beautiful ladies on that float. Claudine Wong is making her way over to the lucky winner right now. It's a little bit about their float. It's decorated with a large tiara, similar to the one worn by the new queen. It's guarded by a golden phoenix, a traditional symbol of the Empress. And Claudine, we know that Jasmine Lee was crowned last night as the new Miss Chinatown USA, and she's from right here in San Francisco. Congratulations to her. What else can you tell us about her?
Well, she's right here. Jasmine, how has it been? What a whirlwind couple of days it has been for you. What's it like to be in this parade tonight as Miss Chinatown USA?
It's super exciting. I'm so happy to be here and so honored to represent my hometown of San Francisco here for the Chinese New Year Parade. I'm so happy and so excited and hope everyone's having a great time.
We're having a great time. You know, you grew up here. I imagine you've watched this parade and you've watched Miss Chinatown come to this parade. What's it mean for you to be Miss Chinatown USA and represent Chinatown and the United States?
Well, this has been a childhood dream of mine since I was young. And in fact, I was able to watch this parade when my sister competed and won in 2010. So we have a fun legacy here in the family, and I'm so honored and so happy to be able to represent the Chinese American community here in San Francisco.
It's amazing that it's a family tradition in your house. What do you want your message to be? For people who are seeing you up on this float, you look gorgeous, but you also have a message. What do you want people to know, and what is your message going to be for this year?
Well, I am a software engineer. I studied STEM in college, and I want young girls to know that it's okay to do both traditionally girly things like dance and theater and pageants while also enjoying activities that are traditionally male-dominated. So something like engineering, for example.
Absolutely. Incredible role model. Enjoy the rest of the parade. Thanks so much for chatting with us.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too. Okay, Fa Choi. So really incredible. You know, she is gorgeous sitting up there. A great role model, though, for all those young girls out there who want to pursue STEM and technology and engineering. Really fantastic. I'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Claudine. We wish her the best year as the new Miss Chinatown USA.
And time for another picture-perfect moment, courtesy of Ford. Yes, Golden Dog with his nose in the air, and Miss Chinatown.
That's right. Take a good look at what Geary Street looks like before we turn it into a sea of red. The Southwest Airlines Chinese New Year Parade's grand finale when we come back. Oh, there they are in the control room, our fabulous truck and crew. You guys are doing a spectacular job tonight. Thank you. Good times.
Hi, gang.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Southwest Airlines Chinese New Year Parade. I'm alongside Ben Fong Torres. I'm Julie Hayner. We want to take a moment now to tell you about the moment we have been waiting for. You know, we've been doing this parade a long time, 18 years together.
Can't believe it.
And this grand finale, it never gets old.
It sure doesn't, Julie. The grand finale gets grander every year. I don't know what they've been feeding it, but our Golden Dragon has grown another 20 feet since last year. Wow, his diet is just not working. Let's go back down to Geary Street where Laron's white crane is ready to cap it off. And we're looking on to Union Square where the Lions are getting into position. They're climbing the poles, about ready to release the scrolls. There they are in the back.
You know, this is really a balancing act, Ben. They're trying to get up those poles while they're wearing heavy lion costumes. They're showing a lot of skill and a lot of patience.
Yeah.
There they are there.
Emphasis on the skill. And to think that what you're seeing all started with a basket, a towel, and a can. The Laron brothers. And they have got the scrolls ready to go already.
And these scrolls, they have calligraphy, and they're expressing good wishes for the Lunar New Year. 4716. They're getting ready to release them right now. There they go. Happy New Year, everyone, as those Lions, part of our grand finale here in Geary Street, Union Square, San Francisco. Is a vibrant parade tonight is coming to a close with our grand finale. Gung Hei Fa Choi. We're going to dim the lights.
Against the LED lighting of the Lions on the poles. Darkness descends on Union Square, making the Golden Dragon all the more dramatic.
And look at this golden yellow dragon. She's part of our grand finale. It's a whopping 288 feet long, nearly the size of a football field from end zone to end zone. If we stretch it all the way out, look how the lights are dim and this thing is illuminated. Absolutely spectacular.
But for us, fortunately, it doesn't need that much room because it switches back and forth. It takes more than 100 people and special skills to maneuver it. So a shout out out to Laron's White Crane for their vigor, their energy, and finesse. Look at that beautiful dragon.
Such a scene here in Union Square. They say the longer the dragon, the more luck it brings. So the year of the dog's looking pretty darn lucky right now.
The dragon, also known as Gumlung, also symbolizes power and vitality. It represents the emperor, the son of heaven.
You know, this is interesting. Last week, the community held a dotting of the eyes ceremony in Chinatown at Portsmouth Square. The ceremony's purpose was to bring the dragon to life.
And it's time to bring it down to Claudine again for the final celebration. Hey, Claudine, you got glasses on.
Yes,
Why?
I've got my glasses on because this is the grand finale that is always so exciting, where I get the privilege of lighting the firecrackers. They're going to give me this. We're going to come on in here. We're going to... Whoa! We are going to make sure this is a big production, so they want to make sure absolutely it is safety first. And so we're going to take a couple seconds here just to make sure that everything is absolutely in place. But really, what an incredible moment. Okay, here we go. We're ready. All right, backing up because here it goes, and it is spectacular.
You know, firecrackers are used at the beginning and end of these ceremonies to welcome benign deities. What a picture-perfect moment. We want to show you one more forward picture-perfect moment. Luang's White Crane with their breathtaking grand finale.
From Michelle Yeoh to the grand finale dragon, what a fantastic time.
We have seen it all tonight. It never gets old, like we said. We've had such a great time celebrating the Year of the Dog. We're out of time tonight.
Oh, thank you for joining us, though. We'll see you next year, the Year of the Boar.
Gung Hei Fat Choi, everyone. Happy New Year, and thanks for joining us. Good night, San Francisco.
Good night.
Accommodations provided by the Westin St. Francis, celebrating over a century on San Francisco's famous Union Square. Just steps from world-class shopping, dining, theater, and art galleries. Cable cars stop at the front door. For reservations and more information, call toll-free 800-917-7458 or visit westinstfrancis.com. Hornblower Classic Cable Car, the premier San Francisco experience. For reservations, call toll-free at 844-922-2532 or book online at classiccablecar.com.